Good Gear Guide. I don't have a good joke, but this website sucks. 10 reasons to hate PC gamers from the Good Gear Guide staff. Parentheses, Good Gear Guide. Hey, did you guys know this was Good Gear Guide? 10 reasons to hate PC gamers. Just how do we hate PC gamers? Let us count the ways. Number 10, they're elitist twats. If you're a video game fan with a soft spot for consoles, never ever get into a conversation with a PC gamer. They will tell you at length with the utmost smugness why their gaming rig, and gaming rig is in quotes, I'm not sure why, is vastly superior to your piddling little toy. FPS fans are especially open to ridicule, with the mouse versus controller argument forever on the tip of a PC gamer's silver-spooned tongue. To avoid these unsightly conflicts, we recommend bludgeoning them on sight with your Xbox/PS3. PS3. Yeah, it's just terrible how PC gamers talk about how we can get better value for our money and better performance for our money for the same hobby as console gamers. I always love this. I know some people are smug, but in what universe are console gamers not also smug? Smugness is not exclusive to PC gaming. A lot of other things are, but I love this. Your gaming rig is vastly superior to your little toy. Like, in what world is that incorrect? Is this where we're at now? I mean, it's where we've been at for a while. I'm not sure why I'm surprised. Reason number 9, esports. I'm sorry, but playing computer games is not a sport. Console games, however, that's fine. I don't care how honed your Counter-Strike reflexes are. The whole esports phenomenon is surely one of the most try-hard, laughably unimpressive professions in the world, and yet we're supposed to take these athletes seriously. There's something comical about somebody who was paid to write this article talking about how esports is a laughably unimpressive profession. Are esports sports? It's up to you. You have to define sport. Personally, I don't define poker as a sport. I sometimes debate whether I should consider golf a sport. Do I think esports are traditional sports? No. That's why they're called esports. Like, oh, esports aren't sports. Yeah, we know. That's why we call them esports. It's about the dedication. It's about the technical proficiency. If esports really are unimpressive, why doesn't everybody do it? Number 8, they're filthy pirates.
Your best player thinks he's a pirate. Oh, hey! That's it! Whoa.
PC gamers seem to think they have a God-given right to illegally download computer games for free. Console gamers seem to think they have a God-given right to buy pre-owned games and benefit the publishers the exact same amount as piracy. Oh, sorry, was I not supposed to say that? This is stealing, plain and simple, and it's affecting the industry in a big way. He then goes on to quote a Ubisoft employee saying that they're frustrated by the PC market, which is funny because Ubisoft also said that their PC market is bigger than their console market. And also, I want to point this out. If we're comparing a console gamer buying a used game to a PC gamer pirating a game, that pirate is far more likely to buy a proper copy of the game later than the console gamer buying a pre-owned copy is. You never hear about how pre-owned games are hurting the console industry, but you do hear a whole lot about how piracy is destroying the PC gaming industry, which is hilarious because the PC gaming industry is absurdly bigger than the console marketplace. Is piracy good? No, I don't think piracy is good. I don't want to defend pirates. But if we're going to go after pirates for these reasons, we need to keep it even and talk about pre-owned. Because pre-owned games are just completely acceptable. If you want to dislike piracy, that's perfectly legitimate. But you can't dislike piracy for the same reasons that you like pre-owned games. You see what I'm saying? Your reasoning for not liking piracy is, oh, the developer doesn't get money. Okay, where's the pre-owned discussion? You could say, oh, piracy is bad because it's stealing. Okay, that's a legitimate issue. You see the difference there? Number 7, they make the rest of us look like nerds. Not me. I'm handsome. Once upon a time, playing video games was about as socially acceptable as owning a 12-sided die. It was something nerds did in between zit popping and Star Trek marathons, or at least that was the popular playground perception at the time, so you didn't have a lot of knowledge of this. Is there something you want to talk about? To talk incessantly about video games was to invite wedgie annihilation from all directions. Did you grow up in a Captain Underpants novel? Needless to say, it was a dangerous time to be a gamer. Gamers are oppressed. Thankfully, things have come along in leaps and bounds since then, unless you're a PC gamer, that is. Yeah. I have to buy new underwear every week because people wedgie them over my head. and it rips, and I have to cry. Just kidding, that's literally never happened to me. For some reason, PC gamers have refused to leave the tissue-strewn basement of our inglorious past. Most of them still play flight sims, war games, and orc-filled RPGs, apparently by choice. They also have serious BO issues, as any LAN tournament will attest. Then there are PC gamer poster boys like... And then just... Oh my god. Who wrote this? So let's go through this. Most of them still play flight sim. I mean, who cares? At first I thought you were talking about like the actual culture of PC gaming, but no, you're talking about like what PC gamers choose to play. In what universe are flight sims, war games, and orc-filled RPGs? Like, how is that outside of the norm of video games? Like, yeah, flight sims aren't that popular, but I wouldn't consider them nerdy. War games, how is that? Like, war games are everywhere. War games are some of the most popular games on every platform. And then orc-filled RPGs, yeah, that's most fantasy RPGs, which again are popular on every platform. And then as for the BO issues, I will point out that the worst BO congregation I've ever experienced was when I took my cousin to a Smash 4 tournament. Okay, I'm gonna break character for a second. Here, ready? I'm gonna break character. Shower and wear deodorant. If you don't do this, and you're disgusting. Okay, sorry. Number 6. They're shameless graphic whores. Graphic whores. What have Sony and Microsoft been doing the last year, hyping up their new systems, talking about 4K, 8K, 120 FPS? No, sorry, we're not allowed to talk about that. PC gamers don't really care about gameplay. They're more interested in teasing a few extra frames per second out of their ridiculously overpriced gaming rig, which again is in quotations. When you spend more time fiddling around in BIOS than actually playing, it's time to face the facts. You're no longer a gamer. Okay, let's go through this. PC gamers don't care about gameplay, they only care about graphics. Congratulations, you described every major publisher right now. That has nothing to do with the gamers, it has to do with what's being sold. That's just the AAA culture right now. It's fucking stupid, we can agree on that. It's really stupid, but that's not a PC thing. That's just kind of an industry thing right now, and I wish it would go away. But even if PC gamers are looking for good graphics, why is that a bad thing? Again, the new consoles are marketing themselves almost exclusively on their graphics. You're gonna have to explain why PC gaming is any different. When you spend more time fiddling around in BIOS than actually playing, I have never once gone to BIOS to get more frames. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. And also, you're no longer a gamer if you're trying to get more frames out of a game. Have you ever played a video game? Number 5, they have more money than sense. I'm in college, I don't have money, shut up. So, you want to get into PC gaming, huh? The first thing to do is grab an ArtNid 35688 Origin Genesis. Bro, like, I'm sorry, I have to go back to you saying that esports are the most unimpressive thing ever. You can't even insert images into an article correctly. Who are you? Who hired you? Go away. Yeah, I'll let you read through this because I literally can't read this out loud. Like, look at this. I literally cannot read this out loud. But basically, he's saying it costs 5 figures to build a PC, which is fucking wrong. You can watch any of my other videos if you don't want to, think too hard about it. But I literally cannot read that. So, number 4, MMORPGs. That's a great point. You know what? I'm with you on that one. Number 3, they're always complaining. The average PC gamer is a moaning, whinging waste of space who never runs out of things to complain about. I can literally taste the irony of that sentence in the air around me. Whether a feature is cut from a game or doesn't live up to expectations, the PC gaming fraternity goes on a hysterical, nerd-fueled rampage with scores of online petitions, irate death threats, and organized boycotts clogging the internet. They make John McEnroe's famed dummy spits look like articulate debates. Yes, because PC gamers are the only people in the gaming world who complain about things when they don't meet your expectations. Also, if something does not meet the expectations of the public, that's the public's fault, apparently. Sorry, I forgot the consumers are apparently solely responsible for the missteps of people making games. I must have lost that one while I was moving. Is it any wonder that game publishers are abandoning the PC market in droves? Side note, here's that Ubisoft statement again. It's simply not worth the effort of releasing on PC these days. Hey, Sony's releasing games on PC now. And so is Microsoft. Even if it's perfect, you guys will find something to nitpick. Presumably, you won't be happy until the entire game industry has washed its hands of you. That day can't come soon enough. The more I read this article, the more I'm kind of just like picturing this guy's backstory. Like the guy writing this article, I'm like picturing what brought him to this point. Like, is your stepdad a PC gamer? Is your stepdad Gabe? That's what I'm going with. Your stepdad's Gabe. Reason number 2. There is nothing here. And reason number 1, leet speak, a thing that has not been like widespread since the mid 2000s. Just when gaming was starting to make inroads into the mainstream, a splinter group of stuck-up PC nerds started to pretend that they had broken keyboards. Apparently too cool for the alphabet, they substituted letters for vague number-based substitutes in a 2-fingered salute to grammar. I love how you point out this was a splinter group, but now we're making that all PC gamers. While it originated with computer hackers, so it wasn't PC gaming. Leet speak quickly spread into the PC gaming community, and just the internet community as a whole. Like, come on, making us all look like complete jackasses in the process. If you regularly pepper your online chat with pwned, noob, woot, and sucks, or you're part of the gene pool problem, now rack off and die in a chemical fire, you shan't be missed. Holy fuck. How do I even wrap this up? Jesus Christ. I'm also really confused when this article came out because Google says 2019, but the comments span from anywhere from 3 days ago to 3 years ago. So I'm confuzzled to say the least. But you know what? I think you've convinced me. Whoever wrote this article, there's no name on the article. You know, it was just by Good Gear Guide staff. Gee, I wonder why nobody wanted to put their name on this. But you know what? You've convinced me. I'm gonna. I made a terrible joke that YouTube probably won't let me keep up. So we're not gonna. I'll let you use your imagination. Imagine the funniest thing you've ever heard. That's what I said. That's what I said. That's a good way to end the video, right? With the funniest thing you've ever heard. You're welcome for saying that.